welcome everybody. Welcome to another successful episode of the Success Story Show. Let me tell you more about my guest. Today, my guest is from Texas,
Yes.
and she's a visionary founder of the Marion Childcare University with over 20 years of experience as a licensed childcare owner. She opened her first university in Lake Arlington in 2020 and expanded to Fort Worth in 2022, now employing more than 50 employees or staff. A Tarrant County College graduate and published author. She is also a registered childcare trainer, licensed minister, and founder of the Teacher Appreciation Program nonprofit. Her leadership has earned her numerous honors, including the Extra Mile Award, the PEAR Award, Miss Texas Corporate America 2025, and the prestigious 2024 Global Recognition Award. Guided
Yes.
by her faith and passion for education, she continues to inspire her community while cherishing time with her husband, family, and loved ones. And with this, I want to welcome our wonderful Jessica Marion. Welcome.
Yes.
I love it. Beautiful. What amazing things you accomplished so far. And you seem so young. So, congratulations so far. I want to start asking you by your childcare, which is the company that you started 20 years. So, how come you started this business and why you decided to do that?
I started this business because of my education experience. So, as a young girl in high school, I couldn't graduate because of the exit exam, the state exit exam. And so what that meant was that because I couldn't graduate, I fell into a depression. And so my high school teacher, she told me to soar like the eagle that she knew that I was. And she told me that God had a plan for me. And I said, well, how can God have a plan for me when I don't have a plan for myself? And she said, oh, you have no idea. She said, I pray that I will be able to see you successful. And so through my education field, I had some ups and downs, but it was God, I think, was guiding me to childcare to help people because I ended up getting my high school diploma at 32 years old. And that's when I found out that I have a learning disability called dyscalculia. So I see numbers backwards. And so what that meant is for me to help other people that have learning disabilities, to let them know that you can thrive. You just have to focus and you just have to find where you need to be and what you're unique in. Just because you have a learning disability doesn't stop there. I like the saying, delayed but not denied. I love that saying.
No, I was saying I love it. What you're saying is so powerful. I'm very touched about what your words. It's unbelievable. I can't believe that nobody knew that you couldn't graduate because you had a problem that nobody understood what was, right? So
Yes.
you said that you graduated in being 30 years, 32 years. So how come you found that the problem was that you have this disability, like you mentioned?
I ended up, while I was getting my high school diploma, the superintendent in Sacramento, California at the time, he told me to go to college. And he told me to go regardless if I go and get a certificate, if I go get an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. He told me that I needed to go just for me to prove to myself who I really was. And so he helped me get into college. And at that point, he was able to help me to get in what was called a learning disability. It's called a learning disability for group. And so I got into that group, and that group helped me to understand what learning disabilities was, as well as they ended up giving me a test to find out that I had dyscalculia. And so that's how I was able to understand what dyscalculia was when I was in California, because my education spans from Louisiana, born and raised Louisiana. And so now I'm married and I moved to California, and that's when my whole life just started to change.
Oh, wow. But you end up living in Texas because you have your company in Texas, right?
Yes, and I ended up moving from California. I ended up moving to the great big state of Texas. And
I have been there. We did actually an event in Texas. It was a very nice event. We loved
yes,
it. Wow,
yes.
I'm so done with your story. So tell me, so then you decided you knew about your problem, disability, and then how come you decided to start this childcare for it?
Because I started to have this child care center is because there are so many kids that parents don't understand what learning disabilities are. Like I tell people, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a doctor, but my experience speaks for itself. And so I'm able to help parents with resources to navigate when they see different things with their children. So a lot of times the doctor might say, okay, well, your child have ADHD. And so the parents are left with, well, what do I do? And so they're trying to comb through the situation. And so for me, having my own child care center, I'm able to just sit down and talk to these parents and help them, give them resources instead of just, okay, well, your child is here and just throwing them by the wayside. I'm able to help. Not only am I able to help the parents, but I'm also able to help the children because, like I said, I am a product of learning disability.
Wow, that's amazing and so unique, right? Because usually the child cares are for everybody, but in your case, you're focusing on disability or let's say kids with some kind of problem that you're gonna help them to focus so they can succeed.
Yes.
I love it. And you call it university because also you do training, you provide education, or how come you decided to add the university in the name of the company?
I ended up naming my company Marion Childcare University because of one thing, my name, my last name, as well as childcare and what I stand for. And so that's the reason why I wanted to name it Marion Childcare University because of what I stand for. And the thing about it is that you have to have love for what you do, and the passion has to pour out in whatever you do. And so for me, coming back, I have the love for childcare because I've been in it for over 25 years. So I have to learn, I have to go out there and train, and not only train myself, but also have to make sure that my staff is trained to be able to take on different responsibilities for children. Because learning disabilities, it expands all over. We are not a learning disability school, but we are able to help children with learning disabilities because you have learning disabilities. You have a lot of different areas. You have dysgraphia, where children have a hard time writing. And that's why my focus is on it's so important for children to go to a child care facility. And the reason why, and licensed at that, is because we are specialized in helping these children in different things that they need help in. So if a child come and they have, issues with writing, then we're able to help them with writing. If they have, difficulties in reading, then we're able to help them with reading. So whatever their difficulties is at their age level, we're able to help mitigate that situation for them as well as the parents.
And unfortunately, especially in schools, elementary schools, not all the teachers or even the schools are qualified or they don't receive the proper training and they
Right.
don't know how to diagnose the students. Like they just say, oh no, they are misbehaving. They need medicine. They don't listen. And then they start, receiving the kids some kind of sanctions or maybe letters to the parents or eventually tell
Yep.
them you don't need to go to some other place without even noticing the reason why or the root, right? Why this student, this kid is behaving like that. I always remember my brother's son when he was a little one. I believe it was a daycare, or maybe the first year of elementary. But the teacher was complaining about my nephew all the time because he was not listening, he was not following directions, and they were basically saying that he misbehaved, and it was like a conduct problem. But years after, they found out that it was not that the reason. I mean, my brother took him to the doctor, and it was another problem. I don't remember the name right now, but it was
Right.
some kind of delay in the learning process that nobody knew. But education is so important in the community. Students
Yes.
don't know what is happening to them, so the teachers or the schools, they should create more training or create awareness about different disabilities. Disabilities, I believe, based on what you're saying, is not something just physical, like your hands or you cannot walk or you cannot speak. Disabilities have so many levels and can be also internally, Jessica. And what you're saying, to be honest with you, this is the first time I heard that problems, you can at the early stage, like going to the daycare, can find out. But thanks to
Right.
you, now we're learning.
Yes, exactly.
And you're expanding to, now you have 2 locations.
Yes.
That's beautiful. You want to expand to all US, or you're planning just to stay in Texas? Tell me, what is your vision, or where do you visualize yourself from here in 10 years?
I see myself with having charter schools for children with learning disabilities, as well as having more childcare centers around the DFW area for children that really have learning disabilities, because a lot of times what end up happening is like what you said about, what you went through, what your family went through. And it doesn't just affect the child, it affects their friends, it affects the family, it affects the whole part of their life. And so what I want to be able to do is have schools for these children to be able to come in, as well as their parents, because even for me, like I said before, I serve as a resource for these parents. So I'm able to help walk them through different things, help, walk them through their day. Sometimes they just want to listen. They just want somebody just to listen to what they're going through, so that I can tell them, hey, well, maybe let's try this, or let's try to see about how to do about this, because a lot of these children, believe it or not, are misdiagnosed.
Absolutely.
When all it takes is for you to sit there and help them. Help them. If you know they have issues with writing, help them with writing.
And you can prevent so many problems in the future, like that right now, all these kids
Yes.
being so violent crimes, or going crazy mentally in a different state. So many things that we can prevent if we're able to detect things, at the early stage. But also I see here that you are also a licensed minister. So you do that. Tell us more about what you do in that area, in that industry.
I am a licensed minister at my church, and I love being a licensed minister. I was ordained to be a licensed minister some years ago. And what that does is it helps me to be able to do women workshops, as well as do preach on different subjects that deals with women, as well as just preach on different subjects in churches, as well as just abroad. Because my whole thing is, like I tell people, I'm the light, and because we are the light, our light should shine regardless, because so many times people think of you as you're a minister. Yes, I'm a minister, but at the same time, we all are ministers of God.
Absolutely.
Because I might just have the title, but I'm under the same law as everybody else. We all under the same law. I'm just a teacher of the Bible. And that's the way I look at myself, as a teacher, but we are all under the same rules, the same law. It doesn't matter what my title is.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. And also you have a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
What do you do there?
My nonprofit it's called Teacher Appreciation Program. And what that program is, what I've done in the past, because a lot of schools don't have the funding to help appreciate teachers throughout the year. And so what I've done in the past, because of COVID, I kind of had to slack off because of the COVID, and I have to change how I do things now. And so a lot of things that I do now is that I go and I give different schools gift cards. So whenever I have different business owners, they want to donate different things to me, then I'm able to donate it to the schools. And so, because what happened is that a lot of our schools are lacking in funding. And so we really can't appreciate these teachers the way that we want to. And so it kind of like falls by the wayside. And so for me to appreciate these teachers and what they do is so amazing. And we cannot forget our educators, because our educators are the ones that help these children become doctors, lawyers, whatever they want to be. These educators are the ones that have built that foundation. And I thank the teachers in my life, that when I was in school coming up, that has helped build me to be the person that I am today.
Absolutely. I love it. And you have everything. So you're a minister, you have a licensed minister, so you're a pastor, right?
I'm not a pastor, I'm a minister. Yes.
Okay. But you also are a successful entrepreneur, and then you have this nonprofit. What else is needing? You have a family, you have a husband, a kid. So I'm so happy for you. I can see that everything you have in life is balanced. Sometimes you ask for things and God give you 3 times more. And that's what you have now. And I want to congratulate you, Jessica. I'm very happy to meet you. I'm eager to meet you in person this November. And for everybody that's watching the show, she's going to be with us. She's coming from Texas to be with us at the Women in Business Convention.
Yes.
It's going to be this November, upcoming November 5th and 6th. It's a big convention. A lot of people, it's already a sold out event, but you still can attend. We have a registration for free attendance if you want to go to the expo, so don't miss that opportunity. But if you want to see Jessica, definitely you need to go to the dinner gala. That's going to be on November 6th. I'm going to be sharing information on the screen. Visit the website and get more information. You can also call us. Don't miss this opportunity. It's the only one time a year that we do this convention. This year we selected the beautiful Miami, Florida. Next year we're going to Dubai. So you're going to miss your opportunity if you don't come to the event to meet Jessica in person. And if you want to know more about Jessica, also we're going to be sharing her contact information. What you're doing, Jessica, is so amazing and it's very needed. So it really, touched my heart when you talk about children and all these noble causes to educate children and also the parents in the process, right? So this is very important. Any big challenge that you face in your life and you overcame?
The challenges that I have, because as a business owner, you're going to have a lot of challenges. And so some of those challenges deal with the state. You have to deal with, the state have their different regulations. Then you have to deal with staffing. And then you have to deal with family life. So it's kind of like balancing. So you have to learn how to balance. And I'm so grateful. Oh my God, I'm so grateful for the husband that God has blessed me with. Because in order for me to do the things that I do, my husband is 100% behind me. And even when I'm going through stuff, he knows that I'm going through stuff, and he is there to help me. He's there to coach me, and he's there to push me. And so when I tell you he's like my biggest cheerleader, even when I want to give up, he's that vision board. He's that walking vision board. And I've never had a relationship as such as the one that I have now. And when I tell you I love my husband deeply because of who he is, and he's just authentically himself. He just does it and don't even know that he's doing it. And it's like, wow, because I'm a handful. I'm a handful. I have so much stuff going on. But for my husband to be there and to say, you know what, babe, I'm gonna rock this with you. Whatever you need to do, whatever you need me to do, let me know and I'm gonna help.
Good for you, Jessica. I hope that your husband is coming so I can also meet him.
Yes.
Well, behind a great woman, there's a great man.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes.
I love it. Any final thoughts or words that you want to say to our audience? Encourage them or motivate them based on the challenges, but also the success that you have.
So one thing that I want to let people know is some strategies, some tools that I use in my everyday life. Is one tool is I have a vision board, and I have that vision board, and every morning I have to look at the vision board. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter how chaotic my day is. Once I come into my office, I have to look at that vision board. That vision board tells me what I'm going to do that day, what I'm not going to do that day, and what I need to do that day. Another thing is I always carry with me a rubber band. And so the rubber band that I have, it's what happens is that when I'm doing something, when negativity sets in my brain, I pinch the rubber band, and it's like I'm pinching myself to let myself know, stop with the negativity, pour more positivity into your life. And so I would tell anybody, just walk around with a rubber band around your wrist.
I thought you were going to be out.
I'm telling you, it works miracles. So whenever you have negativity coming in, just bam, and it just pops it just shocks my brain back to positive.
Great advice. I like it. I'm going to use it every day.
Yes.
Let you know if it works or not for me.
Yes.
Beautiful. Good advice, and also about the vision that you will have every day, try to accomplish everything that you visualize for the day. That's another good advice. Sometimes we complicate our brains, like trying to accomplish too many things, but then we get stressed because we can't. So maybe, like you said, vision a few things that you can accomplish that day, and no matter what, finish them. That's a very good way to move forward and actually be more active in what you want to accomplish for the day. I love it, Jessica.
Yeah.
So, Jessica, anything else that you want to share with us before time flies, when you have fun and we have
I know.
beautiful conversations?
That is it. If anybody wants to get some information from me, they can visit my website, www.marionchildcareuniversity.com. They can also email me at marionchildcareuniversity@gmail.com. I'm also on Facebook, Jessica Marion. You can find me on there, as well as we are looking for the next Miss Texas Corporate America 2026.
Ask you about that. Yeah, Miss Corporate America, congratulations. So, what is this? It's a beauty pageant that you do every year. Tell us more about this beauty pageant. It's very exciting.
Miss Texas Corporate America. The one thing that I love about this pageant is that they focus on beauty as well as your business. They focus on your advocacy. They focus on what is your purpose. And so you're able to just be around other business women, CEOs and professional women in the same, business. And it's about, they do it within like 50 states. And so we all we meet up in Orlando, Florida every year for the Nationals. And so when I tell you, it is a blessing to be able to be judged on what you're doing for your business, your advocacy, what you stand for, that kind of stuff. And so when I tell you to win Miss Texas Corporate America for my state, it is an honor. Because of that, I'm able to walk around with the crown, with the sash, and people wanting to know more about Miss Texas Corporate America. because it's a blessing to be a part of that networking, and it's a sisterhood that, I mean, the pageant was in June and we still connect. And
Wow.
so I
And you
want
can
to be
apply
able,
or it's a one-time crown, or you can do the crown every year.
yes. So they can look up if they want to be a part of, and it's not just Texas, it's throughout the whole USA. You can go to www.misscorporateamerica.com for more information for that.
Beautiful. So for everybody, you know that you can be, over 30. It doesn't really matter. It's about the combination of your career with your personality. So, never is late. So don't ever think that it's late in life. We
Mm.
used to think that beauty pageants are only for young people. Not anymore. So now
No.
we're expanding, we're opening our mind, and I love that. The same is
Yes.
happening in several industries. Now more and more you see people from different multicultural background. So that's amazing. But especially beauty pageants are not for only beauty anymore. It's not just the physical and the body, the appearance. It's more than that. We're talking about your success, your accomplishments, what you do. And I love the name of this beauty pageant. We actually have in our network the ambassador for that represents us in beauty pageants, Angelo
Okay.
Basilico. She has also these beauty pageants that she does every year, and one of the categories is for Miss, I forgot the name, but it's also for ladies. And I
Okay.
love it. Yeah, I was the judge for the past beauty pageant, and I see this amazing lady walking on the runway, totally successful and entrepreneur. So, it's never late. If you want to accomplish something, do it. That's what I said, like a Nike, just do it.
Yes. Yes.
Jessica, I'm super excited to meet you in person. I'm going to see you soon in November. For now, it's going to be all, but we're going to be in touch. Take care, Jessica.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye now. And bye, everybody. See you next time for the next episode.